what do you see?
Empty space.
Describe the empty space.
It's blue.
It's blue. Do you see any shapes?
White lights.
White lights? And where are those white lights in the blue?
They're flashing through.
They're flashing through. Go ahead and move towards the flashing white lights that are coming through the blue. Is it around you?
Yeah.
The lights are all around you. Can you hear anything?
No.
What are you feeling?
At first, heaviness.
Heaviness? And is the heaviness coming from the white lights?
No.
No. What are your impressions about this heaviness?
I don't know.
Okay. I want you to look below you. Do you see, what do you see below you? Do you have a feet?
No.
No feet? Do you have a body?
No.
Okay. So are you energy?
Maybe.
Maybe. As you go towards the light and you look around, is there any other colors besides blue?
Purple.
Purple?
And
Go ahead
white.
and purple and white. So blue, purple, and white. And what are those colors doing?
The white is flashing.
And what about purple?
It's like swirling
Okay.
with the blue.
So the blue and the purple is swirling. Is it swirling on a circle pattern?
Like waves.
Like waves. It's swirling like waves. And what directions are the waves going through?
All directions.
All directions. And as you look further out, uh, what shape does the waves make? Do they make any shape?
Kind of like infinity signs.
Like infinity signs. Okay.
Figure eights.
Like figure eights. And the white light that's flashing through, is it flashing through the center of the figure eight?
No.
Where is it flashing through?
All around.
All around the figure eight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want you to go into the figure eight. Describe what you're seeing or feeling.
Love.
Love.
Light. Home.
Okay. Do you feel like you're male or female, or do you have a gender?
No.
Okay. Do you feel old or young?
Old.
Do you feel old? Okay. Do you feel healthy?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And as you move around this space and all the white lights that's shining all over the place, can you go to one of them and describe what you see?
Just empty space.
Just empty space. Okay. Do you sense anybody else around you?
Yeah.
What do you sense?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you sense any beings?
Yes.
Describe the beings.
Crowns that are attached to their head.
They have crowns. Describe what the crowns attached to the head look like.
It's like a part of them.
Is it part of them?
Yeah.
Is it part of their head?
Yeah.
Okay, what colors do you see on the crowns that are part of their head?
I don't see color.
You don't see color? Do they have a body?
Yeah,
Okay. Do they seem male or female?
those look female.
They're female. Do they seem young or old?
I don't know.
Okay. And how many of them do you see?
One in particular.
One. Describe that one.
Big.
How big?
Bigger than me.
Bigger than you? And what is their body like?
Normal.
Normal? Are they
Human.
humanoid?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have hair?
No.
They don't have hair.
Crown.
The- So is their head shaped like a crown? They have
Yeah.
the pointy spots.
Mhm.
Are they wearing anything on their body?
No.
They're not wearing any clothes.
No.
Okay. What is their skin like?
Like mine.
Like theirs, like normal skin? Okay. I want you to go towards the person and ask ask her what she needs from you. Does she say
Here,
anything to you?
here to help.
She's here to help. And how is she here to help you?
She's a guide.
She's a guide. Okay, she's one of your guides.
Yeah.
And what is her name? Does she tell you her name?
No.
No. So go ahead and reach out for her hand and ask her to take you to where you live. Describe what you're seeing along the way. Are you seeing anything?
Just emptiness.
Just emptiness? As you see the emptiness and you're holding her hands, are you guys going through the infinity shape?
We're just in an emptiness.
We're in the emptiness. Okay. Let's leave that scene and let's move forward to an important day in this experience when something is happening. What's the first thing you see?
A guy.
A guy? And what does he look like?
Like dark hair. Looks like he's white.
Okay. And what is he wearing?
He has like a sweater on. He seems to be happy to see me.
Okay. And as you are with this guy, where are you guys going?
We're
What's
at a
around?
house.
You're in a house. Describe the house.
There's a china cabinet. We seem to be at a table.
Okay. What else is in the house? Do you live there with him?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to look down on your feet. Do you have feet?
Yes.
What are you wearing on your feet?
I don't have anything on my feet.
Okay. And do you have a body?
Yeah.
Are you male or female?
Female.
Are you wearing anything on your body?
A dress.
A dress? Describe the dress.
It's pink.
It's pink.
Fluffy at the bottom.
Okay. Do you feel young or old?
young,
Do you feel healthy?
kind of.
Kind of. What is not healthy? Do you know what's not healthy?
Seems like like I'm gonna be sick.
Like you're going to be sick?
Hmm.
Okay. Are you holding anything in your hand?
No,
Do you have any jewelry on?
like a necklace.
Like a necklace? Describe the necklace.
It has like a stone in the middle of it and like gold, like a pendulum type thing.
Okay. So you're standing there at the table with this man that you live with. Are you guys going to get something to eat?
No, discussing something, talking.
Okay, what is he saying to you?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Ask him a question. Ask him what he wants from you.
I mean, stop doing something.
And what is it that you need to stop doing?
I think I hurt his feelings.
You hurt his feelings?
Mhm.
And do you know what you did to hurt his feelings? What does he say to you?
I did something to him.
You did something to him? Okay, what do you do all day? What's the first thing you feel?
No,
Okay. Let's leave that scene and move over to another important day in this life when something big is happening to you. What's the first thing that you see?
my mom.
Describe it. Describe what you're seeing.
Her standing there and looking at me.
And what is she saying?
She's telling me that I'm a bad child.
And who's the bad child?
Me,
And what did you do wrong?
nothing.
Okay. So she's just scolding you. And how does that make you feel?
Like I did something wrong.
Okay. And what's going on with her?
She seems to be washing dishes.
Okay. And what do you do next?
Feel sad.
You're sad.
Hmm.
What do you do all day as this child?
Play to myself
Play with yourself. Okay. What is your mom doing all day?
in her room.
She's in her room. And what is she doing in her room?
I don't know.
Alone? And how does she feel?
Feels like she feels sad too.
She's sad. Okay.
Feels like that.
Okay. I want you to go over to your mom. Knock on the door. Okay. You're the little girl. And when you knock on the door, does she open the door?
Yes.
And what do you see happening?
She's just sitting there.
Okay. I want you to tell her how you feel about her. Go ahead, tell her how you feel about her.
she doesn't want to listen.
Well, just say it. What are you saying to her?
That I feel like she doesn't want me around. That I want to talk with her, but she doesn't want to listen.
Do you love her?
Yeah,
Tell her how much you love her. What are you saying to her?
that I wish that we had a better connection because I want to love her more.
Can you go up to her and give her a hug?
Yeah,
Okay. Does she accept the hug?
yeah,
Okay. Can you tell her it's going to be okay? We have each other?
yeah.
Okay. Does she say or do anything?
No,
Okay. Just give her the big hug and just tell her you love her and how you feel. Now let's leave that scene and move to another important day in this life when something big is happening to you. What is it that you see?
seem to be in a field somewhere, like a park.
Describe what it looks like.
I'm near a bench. Just empty park. See a dog running around. Like a brown dog.
Whose dog is it?
I don't know. It's not mine.
Not yours? Okay. And what else is happening?
I think I'm there to meet somebody, but they're not there yet.
You're not there? Okay. Do you have anything with you?
A bag.
What's in the bag?
I think it's just my personal stuff. I think there's food in there too.
Okay. Go ahead and pull out something to eat while you're waiting for this person. And who are you waiting for?
I think it's like a boyfriend of mine.
Okay. And so does he show up?
No.
And what do you do?
I feel like I just walk around.
Just walk around.
Yeah.
Is it the same man that you were living with and you had an argument with earlier?
I think so.
Okay. Now, as you walk around, do you call him or what do you do now that you know that he didn't show up?
Yeah, I tried calling, but they didn't answer.
No answer.
No.
Is he your boyfriend or is he your husband?
Boyfriend.
Okay. And how do you feel about this man?
I don't really like him that much.
Okay. So do you want to stay in a relationship with him?
No.
Okay. So what was the meeting at the park for?
I think it was to talk about things,
Okay. What was the intention out of the whole thing?
to see if we were going to stay together.
Okay. But you didn't want to be with him anymore.
No, not anymore.
So were you going to tell him that at the park?
No.
So you were waiting to see if he wanted to break up?
think so.
Okay. Why do you wait for him to break up with you if you know you don't want to stay in the relationship?
Don't want to be alone.
Because you don't want to be alone. Okay. Is that because of the way you are with your mother?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's leave this scene and go to the last day in this life. What do you see?
Children.
You see children? Describe the
They're
children.
older.
What do you
They're
see?
older.
They're older.
They're older. See a girl. See a home. She has blonde brown hair. She kind of even looks like me.
Is she you?
No,
She's your daughter?
I think so.
Does she have any siblings?
One,
And describe the sibling.
he's not there.
He's not there. And where are you?
I'm at a house, but I think it's my house.
Mm-hmm. And where are you in the house?
On the couch.
And what are you doing on the couch?
We're talking.
What are you talking about?
She seems to be asking for advice on her relationship.
And what do you tell her?
Told her
Go ahead and tell us.
to not repeat the things that I've repeated.
And what are those things that you repeated that you told her not to do?
That if something doesn't seem to be working out, to let it go.
Okay. Okay. Let's move forward to your very, very last day of your life. What do you see?
Hospital bed?
Hospital bed. Is there anybody around you?
No.
No. And what is happening to you?
Some type of disease or illness.
Okay. And where is the illness?
It feels like I can't move my body.
Okay. Okay. What's happened has already happened. And let's leave this life. And as you look at this whole life, what did you learn from it? You've already lived this life.
To let go of stuff that you can't control. To learn how to not let things control you.
Now let's leave this life review and let's move to another life that is important for you to see. We'll leave that person there to continue the path. What's the first thing that you see in this other life?
I'm looking at the sky.
What does the sky look like?
It's really blue.
Is there anything else in the sky?
No, it's almost as if I never saw the sky.
Okay. And as you look down, what do you see around you?
The grass
Okay, describe the grass.
seems to tickle my feet.
Okay. And are you wearing anything on your feet? Describe what's on your feet.
I've been here before.
Feel like you've been here before. So what you're seeing is grass in the fields and trees all around you and this brown panther that's looking at you. I want you to look down. Do you see feet?
Yeah,
What are you wearing on your feet?
nothing.
Nothing. And do you have a body?
Yeah,
Are you male or female?
female,
Young or old?
young.
Healthy?
Yeah,
Are you wearing anything on your body?
no,
No. Are you wearing any are you holding anything on your hand?
no,
Do you have any jewelry on?
no,
Do you have anything on your head?
no.
Okay. So you're a young female, completely naked
Yeah,
in the field. And this jaguar is looking at you. Do you feel scared of it?
no.
Does it look friendly?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay. And I want you to walk to where you live. Describe what's happening as you walk to where you live. Does a
It
jaguar
follows me.
it follows you? Okay. And what are you seeing as you walk to your home?
A river.
A river? Describe the river.
The water is moving kind of fast. There's a lot of rocks. There's
Okay.
other people.
There's people. Describe the people.
They're all short.
What do they look like? Do they have hair?
Yeah,
What color hair do they have?
dark brown, black hair.
Okay. And
Mess
what color skin do they have?
tan.
Okay. And you are one of them? You live with them?
Yes.
Okay. And as you walk to where you live, describe your home.
It just looks like a whole bunch of homemade stuff.
Describe what it looks like.
Just looks like some brown, fuzzy stuff I've never seen.
Okay. Describe it. What is the fuzzy brown stuff? Is it inside the home or outside the home?
Outside.
Okay. And go and put your hand into the brown fuzzy stuff. Is it what do you think it is?
I think it's like animal fur.
Animal fur. And what do people do with it?
So for, I guess you would say, to keep warm.
Okay, to keep warm. I want you to go inside your home.
Uh-huh.
And as you go inside the home, look around you and describe what you see inside the home. Is there any furnishings inside?
Yeah.
Describe what you see.
There's like this tiny table with like different weird looking utensils.
Okay. And is there a kitchen or a place to make food in there, or
No.
no? What else do you see in there?
There's stuff on the floor.
What's on the floor?
Like it just looks like the fur stuff.
Okay. Is there anybody else that lives there with you?
Yeah, I keep seeing this guy.
Okay. Describe the man.
He's like chubby and long hair.
Okay. And what is he to you?
I think he's like my dad.
Your dad? Okay. And what is he doing?
Just seems to be just standing there.
Okay. And what does he do all day?
I don't think he's usually there.
Where does he go?
I think he just gets food and stuff for us.
Okay. So he goes and gathers food.
I always leave when I'm not supposed to.
You're not supposed to leave, but you always do.
Yeah,
And do you leave with a jaguar?
I leave to go find it.
Do you go find the jaguar?
Uh-huh.
And what do you do all day with the jaguar?
I think it teaches me
And what does it teach you?
just power.
Okay. Now let's leave that scene and move to an important day in this life when something is happening. What's the first thing you see?
A fight.
Who's fighting?
Lots of people.
And what are they fighting? What are they fighting for?
They're trying to take something of ours.
Okay, so another group of people came to your village and try and take something of yours?
We're not at the village.
Where are you at?
I think we're at theirs.
Oh, oh, so the people from your tribe went to theirs and tried to take something from them?
Yeah,
And what are you trying to take?
I think stuff they have and people.
And what stuff do you guys take?
Their homes.
Okay. And then and what do you do with their people?
I don't know.
And what are you doing?
I have a stick.
What do you do with it?
I'm hiding
And why are you hiding?
because I shouldn't have went.
Because you shouldn't have went. Is there somebody looking for you?
I followed them.
Okay. And who is them that you followed?
My dad.
You follow your dad? And what happens to your dad?
I watched them kill them.
Watch him kill them? And how do you feel about that?
Kind of afraid.
You're kind of afraid? And so you weren't supposed to follow them to the other tribe when they were trying to conquer them, but you did. Did anybody see you?
No.
Were you by yourself, or was a jaguar with you?
Yes. Jaguars there.
Okay. Let's leave that scene and move to another important day in this life when something is happening. What's the first thing you see?
Given something that they're putting over my head.
Okay, describe what they put over your head.
I don't think it's anything.
There's nothing they put on your head?
No.
Okay. And what's happening around you? Is there anybody else around you?
Yeah, it's like some type of ceremony almost.
Okay. And what are they wearing?
Everyone's looking at me.
Okay. What is everybody else wearing?
I see these like feather things
Okay. And where are the feather things on their body?
on the side of their head.
On the side of their head? So they're wearing kind of feather crowns or headdresses?
Yeah,
Okay. So it's an important day. And is that what they put on your head?
yeah,
Okay, so they put a feather headdress on you as well?
yeah.
And who's putting it on you?
An older woman.
An older woman. And what does she say?
I don't know.
Does she give you anything?
She took my hand and I think this is when I'm gonna be having a child.
Okay. So you're gonna have a child?
I think so.
Okay. So everybody's looking at you and this older woman puts a feather headdress on you and leads you to a place where you're gonna have a child.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's leave that scene and go to another important day in this life. What is happening?
It seems like there's just blood in the water.
Okay. And where are you?
I'm looking at the water
You're looking at are you in the water or outside of the water?
outside of the water.
Okay. And where does the blood come from?
I think I lost somebody.
Who'd you lose?
I think it was my dad.
You lost your dad? And how did he die?
There's like a stake in his chest.
How did the stake get into his chest?
I think somebody killed him.
Who killed him?
Somebody else from the other place, I think.
Okay. So did this happen in your village?
Yeah,
Okay. Is there more people from the other tribe, the neighbor tribe, that came over to your village?
yeah,
So they came back, so they're fighting with you guys?
yeah.
And what's happening to you?
I think they're coming to take me.
Okay. And are you did you have the child?
No,
You didn't have the child?
no,
Okay. So when you were expecting a child, you didn't have a baby?
no.
Okay. And so the neighboring tribe came and conquered you guys and they took you. Where did they take you?
I escaped.
How did you escape?
The panther.
The panther helped you out? And where do you go?
I just see nothing but forest.
Nothing but forest. So you end up going back to the forest.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do all day?
There's another person that I have with me.
Who's the other person?
It's another girl.
Is she young or old?
She's like same age.
Okay.
We're
And
both young.
so you escape with another girl.
Yeah.
Okay. And where do you guys go?
We stay away from the water because that's where they could find us.
Okay. So do you guys live in the forest?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you guys do in the forest? Where do you build shelter?
We live with the panther.
Okay. So do you live with a panther for the rest of your life in the woods?
No.
What happens? Where do you go?
There's some other village.
Okay. And describe this village.
It's built more different than where we were.
How is it built?
This seems they have like better stuff inside.
Okay. So they're more developed.
Yeah.
So do you end up living with this more advanced village?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you do all day in this village?
I'm a caretaker.
You're a caretaker. Who do you caretake for?
Th- This little boy.
A little boy for his family?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's leave this scene and go to the last day in this life. What do you see in the last day in this life? Remember, you've already lived it.
I'm alone.
There's nobody around you.
No.
And where are you at? What do you see around you?
I went back to the cave where the panther was.
Okay. So you went back to the cave where the panther was, and that's where you lived out your senior years.
Yeah, the panther wasn't there.
Where is the panther?
He's just gone.
Okay.
I
So you live
hadn't
it.
seen him.
You haven't seen him for a while.
No.
Okay. Well, as you review this life, every life has life lessons to learn. What did you learn from this life?
Traveling alone isn't always the best.
Okay. So it's good to travel with companionship.
Yeah,
What else did you learn about this life?
many people were afraid of the panther. No one
Eh,
understood except for the girl.
Okay.
I wasn't able to talk about the panther.
What did you learn about your relationship with the panther?
I was able to communicate with it.
Okay.
It watched over me.
So you had a good relationship with the panther.
Yeah.
Now let's leave this life review and move to another life that is important for you to see. What's the first thing that you see in this other life?
I'm not sure.
Okay, do you see any colors or shapes?
Yeah.
What do you see?
I just see this light.
Describe the light.
It's like this white light that just moves around.
And how does it move?
Just kind of in a wave, like,
Okay. Do you see any colors around you?
no,
Okay. Is there anybody else around you?
I think so.
Who is around you? Describe them. Is it a lot of people or a little bit of people?
Seems to be kind of a lot.
A lot. Do they have bodies?
No,
Okay, so you feel their presence.
yeah,
Okay, and do you hear anything?
Rishkaba,
What do you hear?
Rishkaba.
Wishkaba. And what is that?
I think that's a name.
Wishkaba. Okay. And who are you hearing Wishkaba from?
I don't know.
Okay. Can you tell me if you feel any sensations in your body?
It's tingling. Feels heavy in my hands.
Okay. And what is in your hand?
It just seems like a energy.
It's like an energy. Okay. And do you have any jewelry on your hands or
No,
anything else? Do you have a body?
yeah,
Okay. Are you male or female?
feel like a male.
You male or young or old?
I don't think I have an age.
Okay. Do you feel healthy?
Yeah,
Okay. So you feel this heavy energy in your hands. Describe the what it feels like. Is it hot or cold or does it have a temperature?
yeah, it's warm.
It's warm. And is it making any kind of movement?
Circling.
Is circling? Okay. And is on both hands or just one hand?
It's in between my hands.
It's in between your hands. So you have two hands and there's a circle of energy between two hands, kind of like you're holding a ball.
Yeah, I can like expand it out.
Okay. And what do you do with this energy ball?
Could see stuff.
You can see stuff. And what do you see?
Different things.
Describe one of the things that you see.
I feel like I just saw me.
Okay. And what do you look like?
Who I am today.
Okay. So you're seeing what you're doing today? Describe what you see.
It's just an image of myself.
Image of yourself. Okay. Let's go to where you live. Let's go to where you live. Is it still white light everywhere, or is more showing up?
Still just emptiness.
It's still emptiness. Are there colors in this space?
No,
No. Is there any movement in this space?
no.
Okay. But there's other presences, other beings in this space.
Yeah.
Okay. And these beings, can you describe their emotion? Do they have emotions?
Yeah.
And what kind of emotions do you sense?
Like almost as if I think of like their child.
Okay, you're their child.
I think so.
And what sense do you get from them in what they want from you?
Checking.
So it's checking in on you?
I think so.
Okay. Well, what do you do all day?
I plan out my life
You plan out your life? And how do you plan out your life?
with certain. So as
Who?
if I'm talking with somebody.
Okay. And what are you saying to this person that is helping you plan out your life? Go ahead. Are you talking to a life planner, somebody who helps plan lives?
I think so.
Okay. And describe this life planner.
It has the crown.
And what does that mean?
It's like they look kind of blue. They just have like these crowns on their head.
Okay. And what is this person saying to you in how you're trying to plan your life?
I just heard just don't stop.
Don't stop. And what do you say to her?
She says that all the help I need that I already have within.
Okay. And so now that you have all the help that you need and you're planning, what kind of life did you plan for yourself?
Hard one.
A hard one? And what is the hard life that you planned?
Things were meant to happen the way that they were.
Things are meant to happen. And why did you plan such a hard life for yourself to experience?
In order for me to move on,
Move on from what?
old trauma.
Okay. So you planned some hard life lessons for you to go through in this incarnation so that you can so that it can help you move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you get from the beings that love you, that are checking in on you to see if you got all the help you need with the life planner and how you plan this incarnation? Is there anything else that they want you to know?
Not be confused about my abilities. That they're always supporting. Not to worry.
Not to worry. Okay. So they're with you as you go through this journey.
Always.
Always. Okay. And do they all incarnate with you, or
No.
not? They don't all incarnate with you? Okay.
No.
All right. Well, let's leave the scene of talking to the life planner, your counselor in this light space, and let's go to an important day in this life. What's happening? What's the first thing you see happening?
Seem to be running away.
Why are you running away? What
Oh no.
what are you running away from?
It feels like I'm just afraid and trying to get away from something or someone.
Okay. Look behind you. Do you see what you're running away from?
I see car lights.
You see car lights, and the car is coming towards you.
Yeah.
Okay. And who is inside the car?
I don't know.
You don't know? And what kind of car is it?
It's like a truck.
Okay. And do you know how you got into this place in the first place?
I think I was a bad person. I did something.
You did something? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's leave that scene and let's move to an important day in this life when something big is happening to you. What's the first thing you see?
A child.
Okay, describe the child.
It's like a newborn baby. It's a girl.
It's a girl. And who's the mother?
I don't think it's my baby, but
Whose
it's
baby?
the baby is close to me.
And whose baby is it?
I think it's like my sister's baby.
Okay. It's your sister's baby. Are you a woman or a man in this life?
A woman.
You're a woman. Are you young or old?
Old.
You're old. And are you healthy?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. And so you're holding this baby girl. And what happens after you hold the baby girl? Do you give it back to your sister?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do all day?
I feel like I drink a lot.
Okay. And why do you drink so much?
I'm not happy with my life.
Okay. Do you live alone?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have a job?
No.
Who do you live with?
Some guy.
Guy? Describe the guy that you live with.
He has a beard that's really long.
Okay. And who is he to you?
I think he was someone who I was seeing, but we're not together anymore.
But you live together?
Yeah,
Okay. So you guys are like roommates?
yeah,
Okay. So you're roommates with an old ex-boyfriend?
yeah.
Okay. And you drink all day because you're not happy with your life?
The decisions I've made.
Decisions made. Okay. Let's leave that scene and move forward to another important day in your life. What is happening? What do you see? What's happening?
It just seems like I'm happier now.
Okay. And
I
why are
have,
you happy?
have my own place, and I realize I want to also have kids
Okay. And how did you realize that you want to have kids?
because of the baby girl,
Because you what?
sister's baby.
Okay. And who are you with anybody at this time?
No,
But you are open to meeting somebody?
yeah,
Okay. And so do you change your life for the better?
yeah,
Do you clean up from your alcoholism?
yeah. Something traumatic happened.
What was the traumatic thing that happened?
I think I was hospitalized.
Okay. So you were hospitalized from your alcoholism or some kind of illness? And then that
I
was
think
that
I,
your wake up call?
yeah,
Okay. So you got hospitalized, that was your wake up call, and then you realized after seeing your niece that you wanted to build a happier life for yourself.
yeah.
Okay. Now let's leave that scene and go to the very last day in this life. What do you see on your last day? Remember, you've already lived this life.
Just see a whole bunch of people around.
Okay. And where are you?
It feels like I'm looking at myself
Okay. And as you review your life, what did you learn from this life? What was the important life lesson that you learned?
to not let somebody control you.
Okay. So take ownership of your decisions and not let other people control you.
Yeah, to not waste your life away.
Okay. And don't waste your life away doing what?
And depression and doing all the drinking and not trying to ask for help.
Okay. So the life lessons you got out of this life was to take responsibility. Don't waste your life in depression and substance abuse. Okay. Now let's drift and float away from these different life reviews. And let's bring in the source of all light. We are now going to bring in the light of source to get more clarity to help Marissa in her current life that she's living. May I speak to source, please?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming forward. We have some questions for you. Why did you bring the lifetime where she was a woman living with a man having an argument, and she was also having memories of her childhood with her mother, who was depressed about her life, and then also her boyfriend stood her up at the park? Why did you bring forward that life for her to see?
Because I'm repeating that life now.
You're repeating that life? So for her, was the purpose of seeing that so that she can learn the lessons and stop repeating the same lessons over again?
Hope so.
Okay. You also brought forward the life where she was a young native woman with a panther and who followed her. And her tribe conquered another tribe for their possessions. And then that tribe came back to her tribe and captured her in retribution. However, she escaped with her panther with another woman that is of her age. Why did you bring forth that life?
The panther is still in my life.
The panther is still in her life?
Yeah,
Who is the panther in her life now?
it's always been a guide.
It's always been a guide. Okay. And the panther in this life now, is it a pet of hers that she has?
No,
No. Will it show up in her life?
it already has.
It already has. Okay. And the other girl that she escaped capture with, um, is she in her life now?
Yes,
Who is this other girl?
Essa,
Okay. Vanessa?
Essa.
Vanessa. Is that her best friend?
Yeah,
Okay. And so they have a connection because they've shared this life together?
many lives.
Okay. They shared, and when they share many lives together, are they twin flames or what's their connection to each other?
No, they've been sisters,
So they just support each other in the different lifetimes that they go through?
teaching each other.
Teaching each other. Okay. And then you also brought forth the third lifetime where it seemed like she was in the spirit world planning her life with her life planner, and her family was checking in on her. However, she planned a very hard life for her to live through. And then you brought forth for her to see that life that she planned, where she was very depressed and had substance abuse problems and was very unhappy with her life until she was sent to the hospital and she had a wake up call and wanted to live her life much more positively after seeing her niece be born. Why did you bring that life forward for her to see?
Because she could repeat that life now.
Okay, so she has the framework to repeat that life now. Okay. And who is Kishkaba? Who's Kishkaba?
Me,
That's you, Kishkaba. Okay. And the sister in that lifetime, is that the same is that the same best friend in this life?
yeah,
Okay, so it's the same characters. Okay. And the little girl that her sisters baby that she was holding in that life, is she in this life now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Who's it? Who's going to have this little girl?
She will.
Okay, so in this life, she will have her niece from the previous life.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing that she wants to know also about her soul groups is her mom. Um, her mother is very neglectful and has substance abuse problems. Did she share any lifetimes with her mother? Other lifetimes?
We wanted her to have this experience so she would learn more about why she did the things she did in the past.
Okay. So her and her mom, they really haven't had very many lives together, but she chose the relationship with her mom because that's how she's going to learn about the decisions she made in other lifetimes that are repeating. Was that the
And
reason? Okay. Okay. And then her father, does she have any other past lives or other lives with her father?
yeah,
What lives were that?
long time ago,
What lives did she have a long time ago with him? Can you talk about her current boyfriend? What lives have she shared with her current boyfriend? Has Andrew been in her life before?
yeah,
What roles were he?
they were always mean to each other.
Why were they always mean to each other?
They both were not trustworthy to each other.
Okay. And where did they learn that non-trustworthy quality?
Previous relationships.
Previous relationships? And so they're in this life, they found each other again. What advice do you have for her to have a much more healthy relationship with him or anybody that she pursues?
They're supposed to be supportive of each other, but they're not. It feels like we've done this many times before.
Okay.
It
So
never,
what did you say?
it never worked.
It never worked.
No.
What recommendations do you have for them to seek out the soft skills in their relationships, those soft relationship skills that they lack?
Have to heal yourself
Have to heal
first.
yourself. Okay. And he has to heal himself first as well.
No,
No, just her.
he does too.
He does too.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you also do a body scan of her body? And if you find anything, let us know. But while you do that body scan on her body, can you heal her body and her aura field of any sadness or negativity that she has yet to heal? What are you doing to her body to heal it?
Pushing energy down to the feet.
Okay. Thank you for doing that and for healing those trauma wounds in her life. Now, she had some questions while you're doing the healing on her body and clearing out her energy field to make it healthy again. She has some questions for you that she would love to have answered. The first question is, why does she hold back her affections?
She's afraid of repeating stuff in the past.
Okay. What
So
recommendations do you have for her to learn from that?
to not let anything hold you back.
Okay.
Have to go through it in order to overcome it. While not doing anything won't help, it will repeat itself in the future.
Okay. And why does she see the number 11 or repeat numbers in her life?
So angels trying to let her know she's in touch with them, and that when she sees them, it's either because she's doing something right or something wrong.
Okay. And how can she heal and release karmic bonds?
By going through all the pain and trauma that's inside of her.
And so when she looks at the pain and trauma that's inside of her and she learns those lessons and learns not to repeat the same life lessons lifetime after lifetime, will that raise her energy field
To a certain extent,
to a certain extent? How can she raise her energy even higher?
it has to accept everything in order to do that.
One of the things that she struggles to accept is society because it's not utopian or peaceful. How can she accept society for not being perfect in her eyes?
Society is always what it is and what it will be. It doesn't really necessarily matter for what it affects on you. What matters is what you perceive out of society, because that is what reflects within you.
Right. So there's going to be a lot of different elements in society. What elements in society is going to benefit her the most to resonate with?
She has to be the light for others.
Okay. So she needs to stop looking at society to mirror back to her what she wants. She needs to be the one who's projecting outwards instead.
Right.
Okay. But she thinks that life is hard. What do you want to tell her about her thought that life is hard?
Life is hard and it's meant to be hard for her.
Was that because she planned it with her
Yes.
life planner? And why did she plan such a hard life and such hard lessons for her to live through?
She's always had an easier life.
Okay. So she always had easier lives and not very much growth opportunities. So are these hard life lessons her trials and tribulations that's going to help her the most grow from it if she overcomes them?
If she overcomes, then she'll be even more powerful than she once was.
Okay. And she really struggles to have good relationships. She's failed in all her relationships, but her upbringing didn't really show her how to have good relationships either. So how can she learn to have good relationships of all kinds?
Relationships have always failed for her. in order for her to heal from those, she has to go through it again.
Okay. What recommendations do you have for her so that she can go through these tough relationships and tough life lessons again so that she can finally learn?
Put yourself into their shoes and understand what they might perceive out of you, and take that and realize that either you're not doing something right or wrong, and learn from that in that way, not to get angrier about it like I've always done.
Okay. And then also, she really wants to know and get some insight on her career path. She has majoring in business right now, but she really wants to help people and help them remove the dense issues in their life and help them heal and possibly help them spiritually. What recommendations do you have for her in her career path that she's pursuing?
Business is not the right path.
What is the right path that she's going to enjoy more?
Being of service to help other people through their struggles.
So, and what recommendations do you have for her to look for that path where she can be of service to people?
She has to balance both lives because there won't be a lot of money.
There won't be a lot of money in that career path.
No,
Okay, so she really needs to learn to budget and balance and live frugally,
yeah,
but um she will find a career path that she enjoys and loves because it helps people.
yeah,
Okay. So should she focus on service orientated careers?
yes.
Okay. Kind of like social services,
Counseling,
counseling. Okay. All right. So focus in counseling and that will provide her a lot of happiness in her career path, but it will not provide her a lot of finances. So she needs to be frugal so that she can balance that. Okay. Um Is there anything else that you want her to know in her schooling towards this career path of counseling and service work?
not to invest too much time in trying to figure out which way it is, because it will happen.
Okay. So it will unfold and happen naturally. She also was curious, should she switch roles with her mom in her next life or just move on?
There's no need.
There's no need. Has she been she's been switching roles with different people in her soul groups and she is repeating the same life lessons.
She has indeed.
So switching roles again is just carrying on the exercise.
In this life, she seems to have made amends with the mother.
Okay. So she's already learned her lesson. She doesn't need to repeat another form of it.
No, there's other lessons.
There's other lessons. And so in her next lifetime, she needs to let go of her mom and somebody else would fulfill the role to help her mom out in her life lessons.
Right.
Okay. Um, are you still healing her body?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a couple of people that she would like to bring forward and talk to. So the first, if you can, first, can we bring forward Marissa's ego, please?
It's very big.
Okay, Marissa, is that your ego?
Huh.
Are you
Yeah.
you got a big ego? Why is your ego so big?
I feel like I'm better than everybody else.
Why are you better than everybody else?
I feel like I'm more in touch with different things and other people aren't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, how are you to Marissa?
I can be mean,
Why are you so mean to Marissa?
but I expect a lot out of her.
What do you expect out of her?
She knows she's so much better, then why isn't she better?
And why isn't she better?
Because she lets other things get in the way, like other people.
Okay. So what about other people that get in the way? How are other people a distraction in her life?
She makes them have too much control with her emotions.
Okay.
It's very distracting.
Very distracting. And what do you do to help her overcome those distractions in her life?
I don't do much help.
Why not?
I don't want to
Why don't you want to help her out?
because she should know.
But she doesn't know because she's still repeating the same lessons lifetime after lifetime.
I feel as if she just needs to figure that one out for herself.
And figure that one out for herself. Well, maybe you can help her figure it out. Since
I
since you
could.
can you help her figure out? Let me ask you this. Do you see that big bright light? The light?
Yeah.
Okay. That light is the light of source. And that light is what created everything. That's what created Marissa. That's what created you. That created me. That created everything. Okay. And that light loves you too. Do you feel that love that the light sends to you?
Not always.
But do you feel it now as you're looking at it?
Yeah.
Okay. It loves you. It loves everybody. And anytime you want to, if you feel overwhelmed or even if you just want a break or vacation, you can always go to that light and go and bask and hang out for light. It will always accept you at any time. You don't have to wait. Okay? So just so you know that you don't have to hold all the weight by yourself. You can go on vacation to light anytime you want. Now, the other thing I want you to know is that light is part of you and part of Marissa, and you are all connected. Okay? And so in this lifetime, you've been with her in many different lifetimes. You you are her ego in many different lifetimes, and you're repeating the same life lessons and same mistakes over and over again. And then coming back to try to fix it and doing the same mistakes over again. And so next time you go, you and Marissa, since you and Marissa are together, you exist because she exists, and she exists because you exist. So for you guys to have the life experience, you two have to work together to get the best experience possible and not compete with each other. Okay? And so the next time you go back to that light together after this lifetime is over with, wouldn't you want to go back to the light and show everybody off that you guys created a wonderful life together?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be better than coming back going, ah, we didn't learn our lesson, we're doing it over again?
Totally.
Round.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great? Well, let's this time around, let's do that. You and Marissa work together. And from now on, you want for yourself the best life experience and the most enjoyable, loving life. Because all those other lives you've lived with her as her ego, it's just a rinse and repeat. You're repeating the same life lessons over again, and you're not getting the most out of the experience. And you're going back to the light, coming back out of the light, doing the same mistakes, the same life lessons with the same group of people. Isn't that tiring?
You just answered my own question. I was saying that to myself.
Exactly. Well, ego, you deserve more than that. You deserve lots of love and you deserve wonderful relationships to experience. And you deserve people that love you and that love Marissa because you are Marissa. Marissa is you. You deserve all of that. You deserve the best career path that you enjoy, the best friendships that you enjoy, the best health, all of it. And you deserve all of that. But you have to work with Marissa. And so she needs your help. She needs you to support her. Tell her positive things. Don't tell her negative things. Give her some love. Give her support. Tell her things that are going to make her happy and help her get through tough life lessons. And when she feels down and in the dumps, tell her about how much she's doing fine and that you're going to help her and you guys are going to get through this together because she can't do it without you and you can't do it without her. Okay, let's make this the last time that you repeat the same life lessons. Let's learn those life lessons and let's excel beyond them. Does that sound like something that you want to partake in?
I would really like that.
I think I think you would love that. I think the light and everybody on the other side would love that from you and from Marissa. So instead of competing with Marissa and just making her figure it out herself, let's start working with your other half. Does that sound good?
We can try that.
Let's try that. Because the
Yeah,
more that you work with her, and the more, because she's willing to work with you, but she needs the other half of her, her ego, to help her out and work with her. The more you guys work on things, the happier you're going to be, the more she's going to love you back, and the more exciting your homecoming party back to the light's going to be. Okay?
alright.
All right. You're a really good ego and you're really, really healthy. So let's start working together. I'm really proud of you so far. Okay?
Mhm.
All right. So go back and let's source. We want to bring forward Marissa's spirit guides, please. Can you bring forward one or more of her spirit guides?
Yeah,
Who are we talking to here?
Janine.
Denise or Janine? So what do you want to tell Marissa to help her out in this life?
Been with her many times before, so I've witnessed all of the repeating things. I'm probably the most positive one out of all. I'm the one she speaks with most often.
And your name is Janine?
Danine.
Denine. Okay. And Denine, were you the one that was holding her hand as she went into the light with the crown head?
I have the crown head.
You have the crown head? Okay. And Denine, she wants to have a regular connection with you in her life to kind of help her out because she's working on a lot of things. Um, and she feels like she needs more intuitive.
We're very connected.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to tell her?
We're always talking.
Always talking. Okay. Can you give her a big, big hug of love?
I always try to.
Okay. Does
She's
she want,
not always that receiving.
she's not always receiving. If she's not always receiving of the love, what other ways do you try to send her the love?
The angel numbers.
The angel numbers. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll remind her that the angel numbers is the way that you're trying to get through to her. Well, thank you for coming forward. Go ahead and receive back. And may we ask the source to bring forward the indigenous lady in her dreams, the one with the wings and the big snake that talks in a unique language. the elder lady, are you here?
I don't sense.
Okay, she's not coming forward. Okay.
It's almost as if she wants to.
She wants to, but she's not coming forward. Okay. Go ahead and just kind of let it through. We want to talk to you. Are, are you a shaman?
Yeah,
Okay. And what is your name?
no
Okay.
name.
What's your name? Navin?
No name.
No name. Okay. And what what is the light language that you can you talk to us in the light language that you speak to Marissa in her dreams with?
Doesn't know how to speak it.
She doesn't know how to speak it. Okay. Well, what is the message that she kept on trying to tell Marissa in her dreams?
Like a warning.
What is the warning?
The snake represented universal force.
And what about universal force?
Major things are going to be unfolding, and we want her to have the universal force.
What does she do with the universal force?
Protects herself and others.
Okay. And what about the wings?
That's my true self.
That's her true self. And what is her true self with these wings? Does she know?
No,
No. Okay. Will it come to her later on, the knowledge?
yes,
Okay. Well, thank you for coming forward and telling her this message. Can you give Marissa a big hug?
yeah,
Thank you. So go ahead and recede back, and we're going to bring forward two more beings. The first person that we're going to bring forward is the UFO that visited her when she was 7 years old in the mini disc-like UFO shape in her room. Can that being come forward, please?
beings,
Beings. Okay. How many beings were in that spaceship?
hundreds.
Hundreds. And why was that spaceship so small? Was that the natural shape?
It's a piece of a bigger whole.
Okay. And what was their intention for coming into her room?
I'm watching over her for a while
Why do
now.
they watch over her?
They want to see how she's doing.
Is there any kind of relationship that she has with these UFOs, these beings?
Yeah, she once was with them.
What did she do with them?
She once was a part of them.
She was a
Was
part of them? Was she one of them at one point?
yeah,
Okay. Before she incarnated as a human?
yeah. She chose to leave.
Why did she leave being an alien?
We're not aliens.
What are you?
We're just higher beings.
Okay. And how are you higher? Where do you live?
We live in space and time, different place that it's nowhere, but it's here.
Okay. So you live in different dimensions?
Yeah,
What dimensions do you live in?
way beyond this physical plane.
Okay. So how is it that you come into the physical plane? Do you project yourselves?
Guess you could call it like that.
So how do you do that? Do you have bodies in the other planes that you exist in?
Some of us.
And who are the ones that don't have bodies?
We're just kind of like an energy source.
You're an energy source. Okay. So you're a collective of an energy source in a different plane of existence, much higher
Yeah,
dimensions. But
yeah.
then you project versions of yourself into this plane because she left your group and decided to incarnate as a human, and so you're just following her.
Well, we wanted to see what was going on because she was having all of these different experiences happening to her.
What was the experiences that called you guys to come into this reality and check in on her?
She kept leaving her body
Mm. And why did she keep leaving her body when because she started astral projecting, but then she got afraid and stopped it at one moment. Why was she?
That's around the time we came.
Is it not good for her to leave her body?
No, it's safe. We were just not prepared for what she may find.
Well, what were you not prepared about that what she might find?
We were unaware of the things that other things that had existed.
And you saw these other astral beings through her experience.
Yes.
And what do you think about these other astral beings?
We know we have to coexist, but we rather not.
Okay. And what about these other beings did you not like that you rather not coexist with?
That they may hurt her
That they may hurt her? And why are they interested in hurting her?
because of her energy that she has.
Because of her energy she has? Why are
Yeah,
they afraid of her energy?
because she has the ability to keep them away and to take them off if she would able to tap into that side of her.
Okay. Yeah, she has the ability to astral travel, and she used to astral travel to her grandma's house when she was 6 or 7 years old. Um, and she has has practiced kind of making herself invisible at times.
We gave her those abilities.
Okay. And she really wants them back. How can she reactivate them?
Unfortunately, she's going to have to face what once made her stop.
Okay. And how can she face the ones that scared her, that made her stop?
She has a better understanding now on what it was and how to deal with it. She just needs to have the confidence to do it and not let it happen again.
Okay. So like send it love.
That's a very good way to do it.
Okay. So send the negative astral beings love, and then they will move aside and let her carry on her explorations of higher dimensions and different realities. Is that it?
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. Okay. Now, why did she incarnate at this time? Because it sounded like the existence that she had um, with your civilization was fine. So why did she leave that to come incarnate into hard lives as Earth human?
We are not sure why she came back. I I feel as if she needed to fill a void that we couldn't give her.
Okay. So there's hundreds of you there right now, and I'm talking to one of them that says that. What about the other ones? What did the other ones say for why she left your collective?
Some are mad at her for leaving
Why are they mad at her?
because they miss her.
Because they miss her. Okay. But now she is exploring consciousness as a human being, and
That helps us all.
that helps you guys all. So now you learn more about consciousness.
More about what takes place,
Takes place in what way?
the way that the planet is going.
And how is the planet of Earth going?
Are you sure you want to ask?
Sure. Life lessons, right? Everybody needs to learn life lessons.
We won't touch base on the planet as a whole, but as for right now, things are changing fast.
Okay. Do they change positively or do they change for the better
In the end,
in
it
the
is
end?
very possible that it's very positive.
Okay. So the people of Earth do learn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they do learn to live together peacefully and harmoniously in the end. And what about the planet herself? Does she being being cared of well? Does she prosper?
There is many things protecting this planet and overlooking, and there's many, many things and different beings here in present moment that are offering all of the support and guidance that everyone would need, but it's the people who don't listen.
Okay. And in the end, the people who don't listen, um, do they outweigh the people who do listen? Do more people listen?
Many people do not listen.
Maybe we do not listen. So
No,
they're still learning their life lessons, huh?
many
Okay.
are.
Many are. Well, there are different parallel realities. How do you guys travel between different parallel realities, or do you?
We can be in both places at the same time.
Hmm. Okay, so you can be in different dimensions and both places at the same time. Is it just dependent on what you focus on?
You could call it multitasking, but we're very good at doing that.
Okay. And so as you multitask, do you see a reality where Earth is very vibrant and humanity is living peacefully with Earth and amongst the universe?
There's there's many realities that we have been focusing in on. One is very peaceful.
And what is that reality like?
That reality is everyone getting along with each other
And how
in
do
a
they do
sense
it?
of understanding where one's needs are and not how to take it from another person, but to just transpire together in hopes of everybody would want that peaceful life instead of making it so hard as if everybody's lives have been thus far. It's just challenge after challenge and difficult things reoccurring in everyone's life. There's
Right.
a chance for everybody to understand one another.
And in that parallel reality, what are the people like? What is the earth like?
The earth is quite the same as if it were now.
Hmm.
However, the dictating shift over people from certain higher people that no longer will serve. There
Right.
will be different structure.
Okay. And do the people live peacefully with technology?
Technology is a whole nother story. It could be so powerful that it could overtake a lot of things,
Well,
which we never wanted.
how can humanity work with technology to benefit Earth and their life without being taken over by technology?
We've already passed that stage.
You've already passed that stage. That's good. So, how can people like Marissa and others focus and experience the higher reality of, or the parallel reality that has the more positive outcome?
That is something that each person has to figure out for themselves.
Okay.
We can only offer the guidance to help them think of the better realities, but there's other things that come in role to where they have the choice to decide which ones they want to believe in, or which ones they're going to give the power to, because both realities exist. Both realities can transpire. It's just on the matter of how many and what the whole decides. That's what's going to transpire.
Okay. So, every reality is like its own lucid dream. Is that a way to understand it?
A better way to put it would be as if that reality could exist while another one does at the same time, and other people can live one and the others could live the other.
Right, right. And why are people attracted to a reality where is not as peaceful and prosperous for everybody?
From my understanding, as if it would be easier. People are so used to suffering that it would just be easy to fall into that hole.
Okay. So a lot of people in humanity just get used to and comfortable with suffering. They don't know anything else. So they just
Not everyone.
not everyone. Okay. So when more people focus on the positive reality and focus on cleaning their life up and focus on building a more positive, higher reality, then that will be the positive earth reality that they will experience. Is that
Yes.
it? Okay. And that's what everybody needs to do. And that's what Marissa needs to do as well.
Yes.
Okay. So even if there is a reality that is destructive for humanity and for Earth, not everybody has to go to that reality.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is the reality that's the positive reality is the one that Marissa wants to experience because she doesn't want to repeat the same life lessons over again and attract the lower reality. So, what recommendations do you have for her to attract that higher reality for herself?
She needs to trust herself because she has the answers. She doesn't believe in it. She second guesses herself all the time. And negative things are attracted to her because she has to feel them, she has to go through them and learn how to overcome them because there's no way around.
Okay.
Only through.
Okay. So, but the negative things that are attracted to her, she can just send love to it, and that would help it move on or help her move forward.
It will help, but she doesn't understand how to do those things.
Okay. Well, if she needs to, I am more than happy to provide consultation to her so that she can help her every single time she comes across one of these uh, situations, so she can learn to transmute them and move forward. And then you guys can learn through her experience how she's doing it. Does that sound like something that's a next step forward?
Yeah,
Okay. Um, is there anything else that you want her to know?
no,
Are you guys hovering around her house?
we're always near.
You're always near. You just basically just think of it and you just project yourself.
She's afraid of us because she doesn't know us.
Okay. Yeah, but you're a being, you're a bunch of energy beings, right?
We're always around.
You're always around. Okay. Well, is there an image that she will see in her life that will represent your collective that you want her to look out
We,
for?
the gray that came was from us.
Oh, the 8-foot gray humanoid?
He was from us.
He was from you guys. But he was much bigger than the mini disc-like shaped UFO that was hovering in her bed when she was 7. He was like 8 foot tall.
Yes,
How how does he get to be that big?
that is what we look like.
You guys look like 8 feet tall gray humanoids.
Some of us.
Some of you. What?
We're, for your understanding, we're either energy or we can come in those forms to Earth. That's what we will look like once we're here and not necessarily stuck, but we don't decide to go home.
Okay. W- Why would you want to live on Earth as compared to being the energy beings in higher dimensions?
Some of us wanted to come here to help those that left home.
Okay. So you guys are just following your own kind that's incarnated on Earth.
I keep in touch with many people here.
Okay. Okay. And the why did she see the gray humanoid in her bathroom that time as compared to all the other times that it's been roaming around?
We are still wondering the same thing.
Oh, you don't know how she was able to see you guys?
No,
Do you guys cloak yourself so that nobody sees you?
all the time. If we didn't, could you imagine the fear we would put in everybody?
Right, because they're not familiar with your existence or what you are. So they're scared of the unknown.
She's never been able to see us like that before.
And you don't know why she was able to see you, huh?
No,
Will she see you guys again?
yes.
And will you learn how she sees you?
If she chooses to talk with us, then yes.
When she sees you, are you guys physical when you guys come into this dimension? Can you be physical or are you just astral?
There's both.
You guys are both. Okay. And where do you live when you're on Earth?
In
You
the
don't
next dimension.
which dimension is that?
We don't know what it's called.
Okay. Can you describe the next dimension that you guys exist in?
We see everything as if it were in her existence, but no one can see us.
Except for Marissa can see you.
Yes,
Can more people see you?
some.
And do you know how they see you?
No.
Some humans can see the quote gray humanoids that you guys are, but you say that you have other versions of you as well. What other versions are you when you become physical?
There could be many different versions, but me, we're just what you would say the tall humanoid.
Tall humanoid. Yeah. And do you have your own planet that you exist in, or you just kind of exist in time and space?
We did have a planet.
What was your planet originally?
It's no longer,
It does not exist anymore?
no.
What happened to it?
We destroyed it.
Why did you destroy your planet?
It's a war that broke out, similar to what could happen here on Earth. The
So you
good
had
versus the evil.
so you had a war on your own planet and you killed your own planet?
Yes,
Did you war with any other alien species or just you guys?
it was us.
It was just you guys. And what were you guys fighting for?
The good versus the evil.
Instead of fighting for the good versus the evil, did you guys try to live peacefully with each other instead of trying to overpower and conquer each other?
There was many attempts to overcome the disagreement, but many wanted to take over and rule.
To get what? What do you get out of ruling?
I don't understand.
Your collective, when you guys had a physical planet and you were fighting over control, what do you win in that control?
Power.
Power for who? What does the power achieve get you? Do you
Well,
get
once we
something?
have more power, we'd be able to have more space. And more so, the people, this was before my time. I never went through this,
Mhm.
but people wanted to have that control over different planets, and others didn't want that to happen because it would have been bad.
Right, right. Is it ego? Did you guys, is all the power, interest in power and conquering, is it all based and driven by ego?
For them, yes.
Okay. Were they conscious and connected to source at the time?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Did they have a connection to your universe, the all present universe?
Everyone does.
So why did they ignore the light and go towards trying to conquer one or another for power and greed? Do you know
That
that?
question is not for me.
The question is not for you. Okay. So it's the same lessons for every civilization, isn't it?
It is.
And every civilization needs to learn to be conscious, connect to source, live in love and acceptance of one another. Because there's more in the universe and in creation than anyone can perceive. And that's the lesson. Isn't that right?
For
That
everyone, there is the lesson to learn, but not everyone learns.
that's right. At some point they learn, don't they? Some point in their creation they learn.
Mhm.
We're all
Yes.
infinite, aren't we?
Yes.
So I am a human being talking to a alien presence who's checking in on an alien incarnate as a human being to experience what this is all about, only to find out that we have a lot to learn from each other. And it comes down to connection to source, accepting one another, and learning to live peacefully and create abundantly together without trying to go for power and greed and be driven by our individuality and our egos.
How does that make you feel?
For me, I don't really have an opinion. I'm a life planner from the spirit world. I helped you guys plan these lives. It is your lesson to learn. I just told you what the lesson was. So the question is, which reality do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on the reality where Marissa prospers and learns her lessons and lives in the higher reality of Earth that is positive and abundant and does not make the same mistakes as your ancient past did with your planet?
That is our ultimate goal.
Yeah. And that's our ultimate goal as well. So let's start with that and focus on that and help. And with this person, with Marissa, help her focus on attracting that reality. And all the other ones can just not exist because we're focusing on that one. How do you feel about this conversation? Your collective. Do you have anything to say about that?
We want to better understand things, but both realities do exist.
Both realities do exist, but one of the hardest life lessons is to accept everyone's journey, whether you agree with it or not, because it's their lesson and they will learn it. And when they go back to their origins of their creation, they will go back completed, having learned those lessons. Do you recognize that truth?
Yes.
It's a hard lesson, even for aliens. Okay. What I want is if you guys, your collective, can send Marissa, your human alien incarnate, a lot of love and send her a big shot of love for her journey here. Because by her coming in here, she opened the doorways for your expansion into learning more about yourself and about the greater universe. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and reseed, and we're going to bring back the source. Are you there, source? Are you still healing her body?
Trying.
Is it all healed?
No.
No? Okay. Well, as the days go by, please continue to send her a lot of love and healing. And is there anything else that you want to tell Marissa or for her alien collective that watches over her?
Just not to invade in her space, because this is also her time to do her work.
Okay. Yeah. And they're learning a lot from her as well. They had no clue about some of the aspects of reality and consciousness until she started this experience. So they're learning a lot as well. What do you have to tell us and her alien collective? What do you have to tell us um, about life lessons?
that's how you live life, and that's the whole point of going through these experiences, is to accept all of the things that come, whether good or bad. If you're meant to go through something troubling and hard, then that's going to teach you something very wise that you'll use in the future.
Mhm.
So for her, these hard times and hard life events that she agreed to is meant to happen.
Yeah. And I understand what her alien collective, how it's hard to watch different planets, like different versions of Earth, go through tough events and destruction and despair. And it's the same as watching somebody in your circle of family and friends go through destruction and despair in their life. They're hard to witness. What do you have to say for the observers?
That they should already know what is going to transpire, and that they know what they can and can't do.
Right. It's like the prime directive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta let these souls hit their bottom so they can learn and grow from it. That's tough. It's tough for even for UFOs, for civilizations to watch as well. But the silver lining is that there are positive realities, aren't there?
Oh, yeah.
There's always going to be positive realities, and there's always going to be negative realities and negative versions. So does it all come down to which experience you want to focus on experiencing, attracting to yourself?
That is ultimately where it comes down to, because
That's the
both
ultimate.
exist.
Yeah. That's the ultimate truth source, right? Is that it all comes down to your consciousness and what you want to experience next and what you want to focus and create next. And hopefully it's just a lot of love. But if it's not a lot of love, they'll learn, won't they?
Oh, yeah.
They always learn. All right. Well, I love you. And it was another enjoyable session. And I think we did Marissa a lot of good. So can you send her a big shot of love and a big shot of healing and for everybody that we talked to, even including myself, so that we can create abundance in our experiences.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to bring back the light body back to the physical body now. Welcome back, Marissa.
Oh.
You want to turn the light on? Because you like went black on me. Your
Did I
screen.
really?
The screen went black on me, so I was just kind of going off of, I still got a connection.
Oh, my head feels so heavy.
Yeah, you went through a lot of stuff. How long did you think you were under?
I don't know.
How long did it feel? Just a
I
guess.
think it's just my camera changed now. Oh, what time is it?
What did it feel like? Like how many? Just
Honestly, like certain parts, it felt like my body was like, I don't know how to explain it, like twisted up.
uh-huh.
Um, like certain parts of like trying to go into like the past lives and stuff. It
Uh-huh.
literally, like this side of my body, the left side, just was like so tense, and like it literally felt like I was like this when I wasn't, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's your left side?
My
Yeah.
left side.
Yeah, your left side is childhood trauma and past life. And that
Yeah.
makes sense. You were going into childhood trauma and past life under
It was
hypnosis.
so weird. Like it just
Yeah.
felt like I was almost like deformed or something
Yeah.
on that
Well,
side of my body.
yeah, yeah. Well, you were down for 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a very, very long time. And we talked to your alien collective. What it felt like to
Honestly, it was almost as if I was just kind of like looking down
Mm-hmm.
at myself almost, but not
Mm-hmm.
really like that. It was just like the space that it was like a space, and it's just
Right.
I was over here,
Right. Right.
and it's just this emptiness. Really, I didn't see anything.
Yeah. It was very interesting, I must say, and I had a very, very deep conversation with your alien collective about accepting tough life lessons and letting certain civilizations learn their lessons and bottoms so they can pick themselves up and get better. Because there's multiple versions of reality. There's
Mhm.
multiple versions of reality. There's multiple versions of you, and your UFO collective can watch all the different realities. But there's so many different realities going on. They can't save everyone. It's the same lessons. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just like we tell people in our lives, you can't save everyone. You can't buffer their faults. You can help them and
Mhm.
guide them, but they still need to learn so they can learn to create better. It goes all the way up to even the UFOs and their access to parallel realities that they have to learn the same lessons. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? The same basic lessons are being learned at higher levels.
That's funny.
I thought it was quite funny. It's like you're so advanced. You're so advanced and you're learning the same lessons at higher levels. But it becomes harder. It becomes harder to let whole civilizations. But you have all these different versions of Earth, and some are prospering, and some are happy, and some are not doing so well.
Mhm.
So you have to like pick a focus.
Ugh.
It's very very interesting. It all comes down to consciousness, having a connection with source, not letting your ego take control, and and learning to create your reality much more positively. That's all it comes down to. Source said that, and even talking to your UFO collective, they came to realize that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I'm going to stop the recording. This is a really long recording.